The distance through the Earth from north to south is 7,100 miles. The distance around the Earth is 24,900 miles. How far is the Moon from the Earth? It is 240,000 miles from the Earth. How far is the Sun from the Earth? The distance of the Sun from the Earth is 93 million miles. What is that in your hand? It is a ball. The ball is small. What is that in the sky? It is the sun. The sun is great. The sun is a great ball of fire. What is the size of the sun? It is 864,000 miles through from one side to the other. What is the size of the moon? It is 2,160 miles through from one side to the other. Is the moon smaller than the earth? Is the earth smaller than the sun? Is the sun greater than the moon? The moon is near the earth. The earth is far from the sun. New York is near Washington. San Francisco is far from Washington. Look at the picture. New York, Washington. San Francisco, Washington. Are the stars smaller than the sun? No. Some of the stars are much greater than the sun. Are they nearer than the sun? No, they are much farther than the sun. How far from the earth is the nearest star? It is over 4 light years from the earth. What is a light year? It is the distance which light goes in a year. This is a flame. It sends out light. The sun sends out light. The light goes out from the sun in every direction. Light goes 186,300 miles in a second. How far does it go in a year? It goes about 6 sextillion miles in a year. A light year is 6 sextillion miles. The nearest star is over 4 light years from the earth. The nearest star is 25 sextillion miles from the earth. The nearest stars are very far from us. Some of the stars are very much farther. The farthest stars are thousands of light years from us. The sun sends its light out in every direction. These are 4 directions: north, south, east, west. Up and down are 2 other directions: up and down. East, west, north, south. This boy has 6 apples in his hands. He is on a branch of a tree. He will send the 6 apples in different directions. He sent 1 apple north, another apple south, another east, and another west. He sent another apple down. He sent 5 apples in 5 directions. He sent the last apple up, but then it came down. Why did it come down? The first apple went north, and then it came down. The other apples went south and east and west, and then they all came down to the earth. They all came down to the earth. Why did they come down? The first apple, the last apple. What is the first? What is the last? These men are in a line. This is the first man. This is the last man. This is the last one. Here are 3 dogs. Which is the first dog? Which is the last dog? The other dog is the dog in the middle. He is between the first dog and the last dog. Two of the dogs are white. The other dog is black. The dog in the middle is black. Here are two bodies. One is a great body. It is the earth. The other is a small body. It is an apple. The apple is coming down to the earth. Why? It is coming down because there is an attraction between the two bodies. The attraction between them makes the apple come down. All bodies which have weight have an attraction for one another. Here are two bodies. These are springs. Which body has the greater weight? Here are two men. This man is thin. His body is thin. This man is fat. His body is fat. Which man's weight is greater? This is a scale. A scale is an instrument for measuring weight. Which man's weight is greater? They are on the scale. The weight of the thin man is 100 pounds. The weight of the fat man is 200 pounds. Clocks are instruments for measuring time. This is a watch. Watches and clocks are instruments for measuring time. This is an instrument for measuring heat. A yard measure is an instrument for measuring distance. Inches, feet, yards, meters, and miles are measures of distance. All bodies have an attraction for one another. If the bodies are great, the attraction between them is great. If the bodies are small, the attraction is small. If the bodies go farther from one another, the attraction gets smaller. Distance: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Attraction: 1, 1/4, 1/9, 1/16, 1/25. Here is a light. It sends out light in every direction. Here is a square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I put the square at different distances from the light. At distance 1, it gets all the light which is going out between the lines. At distance 2, it gets 1/4 of the light. At distance 5, it gets 1/25. It is the same with the attraction between bodies. What keeps the moon up in the sky? Why does not the moon come down? The moon is a great body. Its weight is great. The earth is a great body. Its weight is 81 times the weight of the moon. 2 times 3 is 6. The moon and the earth are not very far from one another. The distance between them is about 239,000 miles. Because they are great bodies and near one another, the attraction between the moon and the earth is very great. Why does the moon not come down to the earth? That is a question. The answer is because it is going round the earth. The earth, the moon. This is a cord in my hand. The cord has a weight at its end. The weight is hanging down on the cord, which is in my hand. I make the weight go round on the cord. I keep the end of the cord in my hand. Now I let the end of the cord in my hand go. The weight goes off in a straight line. It takes the cord with it. The pull of the cord in my hand kept the weight from going off in a straight line. The attraction between the earth and the moon keeps the moon from going off in a straight line. The moon goes round and round the earth month after month. It does not get farther from the earth or nearer to the earth. It keeps about the same distance from the earth. Here is Sir Isaac Newton, the great man of science. Newton had a great mind. He is under an apple tree. It is the year 1666. Those are apples which are over his head. The seat has 3 legs. Here is an apple which was over his head. The apple was on a branch of the tree. The apple came off the branch. It came down. It came down on Newton's head. That is the story. The story may be true or may not be true. But that is the story. It comes from the great writer Voltaire. True? 2 plus 2 equals 4. That is true. 2 plus 2 equals 5. That is not true. It is a false statement. Apples are fruit. That statement is true. Apples are animals. That statement is false. False. Not true. Short, not long. Shut, not open. In this story, the fall of the apple on Newton's head was the cause of the idea. The blow which the apple gave to Newton's head gave an idea to Newton. It made a question come into Newton's mind. This was the question: have the fall of the apple and the motion of the moon the same cause? Here is a ball. It is hanging on a cord. I will give a blow to the ball with this stick. I gave the blow. Now the ball is in motion. What was the cause of the motion? The blow of the stick was the cause of the motion. The ball was not in the motion before the blow. It was at rest. It was hanging on the end of the cord. The blow was the cause of the motion. After the blow, the ball was in motion. The motion came from the blow. The motion was the effect of the blow. Which of the statements on this page are true and which are false? Put a T before the true statements and an F before the false. A. 1. The earth is in motion. 2. The earth is turning round. 3. The earth goes round the moon. B. 1. The moon is greater than the sun. 2. The sun is colder than the moon. 3. The moon goes round the earth. C. 1. The attraction between the bodies gets greater as they go farther from one another. 2. The attraction between two bodies is greater when they are nearer. 3. When two great bodies are near one another, the attraction between them is small. D. 1. When a blow puts a ball in motion, the blow is the cause of the motion. 2. When a blow puts a ball in motion, the motion is the effect of the blow. 3. When a body is in motion, it is at rest. The answers are on page 92. Questions. Milk comes from a cow. Heat comes from the sun or fire. Where do these things come from? A. Potatoes. B. cheese. C. Light. D. Letters. E. Flowers. F. Snow. G. Oranges. H. Meat. I. Eggs. Which of these things have a face? A man, a dog, a bone, an icebox, a clock, a tree, a goat, a bird, an airplane, a river, a table. Which of them have a mouth? Which of them have hands? Which of them have a door? The answers are on page 92. Questions. A. We put the bottle on a shelf. Which of the things may we put on a shelf? A book, a mountain, a cup, a box, a star, a clock, a horse, a distance, a plate, a bus, a river, a house, a spoon, a garden? B. We put potatoes in a pot. Which of these things may we put in a pot? Water, windows, food, streets, tables, milk, soup, trains, salt, colors, eggs, wood, ideas. C. We put money in our pockets. Which of these things may we put in our pockets? Pipes, education, letters, pencils, offices, islands, maps, hands, governments, buttons, watches, distance, balls, roofs, knives. D. We put our hats on. Which of the things may we put on? Feet, boots, seats, gloves, shorts, walls, directions, coats, buildings, soap, scissors, collars, locks, socks, trousers, branches, trays, shoes, apples. The answers are on page 92.